mic mode. Oh!
Whoa!
Hello!
Hello, MouseHunt. Welcome to an impromptu Feedback Friday
With Dave Vandenberg and Giorgio Sinichakis. That's it, that was my intro. Now you have to keep talking.
I didn't think we'd have time to do a Feedback Friday today because we have a Christmas holiday party scheduled, but it is a little later in the afternoon than I originally had anticipated, which means we had our morning free, and so this morning we changed our minds with a change of plans. So nothing too formal planned. We thought we'd hang out with anyone who happens to find their way into YouTube on this fine morning, answer some questions, maybe get a little bit of feedback on the Great Winter Hunt thus far.
Feed forward.
Feed forward.
It's a charity episode of Feedback Friday. Feed forward.
I also forgot my glasses today,
My glasses.
so I'm not going to do too much coding, I don't think, as I already developed a headache attempting to do so this morning.
Yeah, it was difficult. You kept looking at me and like you couldn't hear me because you couldn't see well. You're like, huh?
Yeah.
Who said that?
Well, I can't hear you. I don't have my glasses.
I can't hear you. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. I can't hear you right now.
So yes, indeed, there was a ticker saying there wouldn't be a Feedback Friday, and by no stretch of the imagination, nothing too official or formal planned. Don't have any official Feedback Friday plans, but something impromptu.
Yeah, we definitely have some little announcements to make about what's going to happen. Maybe.
Ooh, what are those?
What do you mean, what are those?
What's going to happen?
Do you know already?
Why don't you pull up a chair? Stay
I guess
a
so.
while.
I like to do the standing thing. The stand. Okay, fine. Oh. You're watching The Sitting Hour with Dave and Giorgio.
So I apologize. Somebody in the chat said they seemed a little upset that the ticker said there wouldn't be a Feedback Friday, but kind of changed our minds this morning, had a little extra time, so here we are.
Hello. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I was saying hello to people's names earlier, but then Dave informed me the mic wasn't on. So I did say hello to a bunch of people who were saying hello up in the chat there.
Julian says, really enjoying the events, devs. Glad to hear it.
Good.
Oh yeah, and I guess people who have subscribed, they got a little notification saying that we went live. So
yeah, the auto subscribe.
Somebody mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
Naughty maps are much harder than last year. Can we get better rewards? We did amp up the rewards a little bit. It's still 2 Advent chocolates, the animated snow, but you also get glazed pecan in the naughty maps now. I don't think the rare naughty chest has any regular pecan pecorino in it. It's all
just tons of glazed. Yeah. Okay. Oh, is the ticker still actively up right now saying no FBF and then the banner's there at the same time?
No.
Okay.
That's down.
Cleaned it up. Clean it up.
Why are the mice of winter tenses so rare? I like that phrase in there. They're not particularly rare. They're all about just over 5% chance to encounter, so 15% all put together, but they do require Super Brie or, to a lesser extent, old event cheese. So it might become a little bit easier as your golems reach a higher level and they start bringing back Super Brie. You could put that to a little bit of use during the event.
Keep in mind, too, that there are a lot of event mice now for the Great Winter Hunt, so it's hard to really spread them out. Though the decoration aspect has helped with that because we can kind of compartmentalize and not have them always be around at all times, vying for your attention.
Yeah. That was the main goal of having the decorations, primarily for maps, and then we were able to also use it as a way to unlock the rewards as well. But you'll be able to hang the decorations to control which mice you're encountering. That also, once you have all the decorations, that actually makes the naughty maps a little less tedious or a little bit quicker, because when there's a few mice left, you can really target that mouse by hanging a specific decoration. Mm-hmm. But definitely you'll want your map team to all have different decorations for the first, just getting your feet wet at the start of the event, but toward the end when you have all the decorations, you can kind of do them.
That's a good point, actually, yeah. So the naughty maps will actually get a little easier as you kind of progress, as you unlock more decorations or as your team coordinates to each have a separate decoration running at once, which I don't think anyone is at the point yet. There aren't enough catches of the boss to have unlocked.
I think somebody has 6.
6?
Let me double check. Let's check how many people.
Wow, I have 0.
I have 1. I just got my first one last night.
Look at you, already level 6. Oh yeah, you had some cheese left over from last year.
Yeah,
I had to start from scratch. What have we got there? An iceberg sculptor catches
9 is first place.
Okay, that person has all the
so yes,
decorations.
6. No Forgotten Charm anymore for Zokor. We toned that down just a little bit. It kind of had mixed feedback. Some players really didn't want them. Some players really enjoyed them. And so we kind of met in the middle. We toned them down. We didn't completely remove them, but we sort of took the edge off how many Forgotten Charms you get from Zokor.
I've been sending all mine to Queso River.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of.
I need a bland.
You can never have enough bland.
Oh, I'm almost at 400,000 bland now because I did a big bland queso run, and then I ended up with something like 400 flaming spice, and then I realized, wait a minute, I need a lot of bland again now, and then even after I finish doing that, I'm going to do a whole crap load more for the wildfire. So it's going to be a long.
Now's a good time to do it. If you have 3 level 10 golems going. It's like you have 3 level 10 queso pumps going simultaneously. Every 25 hunts, you get about 3 times as much bland queso as you would.
Throw in some queso pump charms there, and
you got 4 going, kind of in a way.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the hats are nice. I put a few hats on those golems.
Yeah,
bland, and I was like, whoa, that's
that'll
nice.
Ramp up. Somebody's asking, Brian is asking, hoping for Emberstones and Roots. You can get them, but they are in the exceptional item slot. So you'll need
high levels.
Is that a level 7 they start bringing back?
Let me take a look. Hit that little plus.
It's in our book.
6. 5.
Nope, that's exceptional.
That's exceptional.
Oh, 5. There we go. No, value. Yeah. I'll read. I'm overstimulated.
Oh, you don't have your glasses.
So once you get a level 5 golem, they do have a chance to have Ember, Roots, and Stones. You get Stones by sending them to the quarry, or a chance of getting Stones, and you get Roots by sending them to the plains, but you will not get any from the river. You can't get
do you still get bland queso if you don't send them to the river?
Nope, you gotta send them to the river to get.
So the choice is like, do you like a bit of? Are you farming wildfire cheese, but then not having any queso, or you gotta kind of choose?
It's a great time to balance out your stuff. Like your situation, you have too many leaves, not enough queso. You can hammer time the queso. If you had too much queso, not enough leaves, do the plains.
Yeah, okay. And I think right now I'm also at a point where I've gotten all my leaves like rolled up into the highest level, and I don't want to get a trickle of all the rest and have to like go through all these little mini runs again. You know me, I like to like get rid of all my inventory.
Clear it out.
I gotta clear it out. I gotta be under
Dark Master asks, is Throwable Snowball harder to get this year? They're the same, and it was interesting to see a lot of players were giving similar feedback. But you get them in the same ways you do last Golem event as well. It might be you're remembering kind of the end of the event when you had maybe 3 golems past level 4. That's when they start bringing back throwable snowballs. Yeah, and so then it starts a snowball as well. At the end of the event, same as last year, when New Year's comes, you're going to be able to send your golems to the Festive Comet itself, and they will come back with throwable snowballs sometimes. So
people are probably remembering, hey, by the end of the event, I had too many snowballs, and then this year it feels like there's a drought, but it's just it's a curve. You'll get more as you kind of play, and I think too with the like last year, the daily rewards took them out because we gave them to the golems instead, and it worked out. It wasn't like too lacking. Yep. So just once you get a few more golems higher level and sending them out regularly, you'll notice a bunch of throwable snowballs coming in.
Yeah, and Vaughn there, he asked why remove them from the daily gifts. They were removed last year because we moved them into the golems. So last year as well, they weren't available in daily reward chests. And that was just because we put them in the golems instead, and you actually end up getting more throwable snowballs once your golems reach level 4, and they actually start coming back with them. But
no, we did notice there was a little typo in the Snowball Showdown game where it said, when you run out and it says, hey, here's how to get some more, and it mentioned in your daily rewards, that was there last year as well, but we just didn't even notice it.
Nobody even noticed last year.
Should have been removed last year, even that little piece of text there, because golems were now the new way to get them anyway. And we left the call to action button of like, hey, play it today, because it just as a reminder, daily reminder to launch it and use up some snowballs if you have some. So we left that in just because it's nice to not have to hunt down the little button on the HUD itself.
Yeah, a little reminder so you don't look up and be like, oh, I got 200 snowballs I got to throw. Did you make changes to any of the expedition rewards? Not really. Tweaked a few things here and there, like we mentioned the Forgotten Charms from Zokor. Had to add new rewards for Queso River and all the other Queso Canyon areas. But, just a little bit of feedback that we collected during Feedback Friday. Tweaked a few things here and there, but I don't think anything too significant. Actually, the Bristlewoods Rift really pulled back how many how much runic cheese you get from there. It was a little bit wonky.
You did that nonstop last year, and then you had thousands of potions. You just couldn't. You cannot use up that much cheese. It's impossible.
And now the area isn't even fun for me anymore because
you're just like, cool, I gotta go through 10,000
yeah.
of this cheese.
And so it's very boring when all you need is the time warp chamber, and I never need any other resources. It kind of ruined the area for me.
It kind of feels it's fun when you're like, oh, I've run out. Now when I see these basic chambers popping up, I want to go there because I need the cheese. But now you're like, I don't want these chambers. All I have is cheese. Yeah. Someone mentioned. I missed it. Where'd it go?
Well, actually, quick here first. Brian said throwable snowballs were removed this year. I went. I double checked the 2017 quest.
It's chat delay though, so we would have mentioned it by the time it had already been on its way or not on its way. I don't know. But yeah, for sure, I did a double check too. I looked at last year's event code, and we had removed it from the daily chests in 2017 as well. And actually, that's what I saw there. Beth had said, I think it's still in the Snowball Showdown text that they're available in daily rewards. That should be gone now. You have to run out of snowballs, and you get the pop-up saying you've run out, come back later, and then there's a little blurb there mentioning where to get some more, and that's where the text had been tweaked. So double check that, but we did remove it yesterday.
Fixed that yesterday morning and double checked. Another comment here.
This one maybe?
Oh, the glowing golem base from Ryan here. That might be a little too expensive. Now 6 picks in total. That's you'll have to basically to get all the rewards. You have to capture the boss 10 times, which basically everybody was able to do comfortably last year as well. And keep in mind as well, when you pair it with the golem trap, it gets a +6 luck bonus, making it a +16 luck base, which is the highest luck base in the game now. But only when you pair it with the golem traps. Yeah. So keep that in mind as well.
And yeah, by that time you've even unlocked everything else you need to then be able to unlock the base, you'll be doing runs a little faster too, because the golems are higher level. They bring back more crackers every time, so that'll speed things up. And then getting those 6 picks won't be too daunting. Yeah,
for sure. Remember, even from last year, I remember some players being a little concerned because naturally the event's a little slow to get started because you have to level up your golems.
Yeah, so
but then
that
it really
memory
starts
of
speeding up.
Starts snowballing. Someone asking about the tournaments and how some tough rare mice are not worth many points. Is that being tweaked, or are those tournaments kind of out there?
Pass that feedback along to Franco. If maybe we can, as part of the New Year's, tweak a few of the tournaments.
Cool. Someone asking about when we'll update. Oh, I lost my place. The Great Run Hunt 2018 details on the MH Wiki. The players actually maintain the wiki. We obviously link to it and we host it on our side, but there's a little team of admins and mods there that contribute information to it. So if you notice anything missing, there's a forum on the game, obviously, and you can post there saying, this detail here, whatever, and then that gets kind of sent along there as feedback, and they'll update it when they have some time.
Request to be an editor as well, if you like.
Yeah, if you feel that you want to be part of that team, you're welcome to apply to the position, I guess, amongst the admins or the mods there.
As Evan asks, is pecan pecorino cheese drop rate lower? Actually, it's a little higher than it was last year. Using both Gouda and especially Super Brie as well, and actually adding the glazed pecan actually let us raise the drop rate of regular pecan pecorino a little bit higher as well by having kind of 2 tiers of the cheese, and that sort of helps smooth that out. So essentially, it's slightly higher.
Someone noticed the dancing golems on the map pages. I was wondering how many would notice. I barely use the travel page myself. Yeah. Especially I've been in Queso River half the year, so the buttons are right there on the HUD. I never even have to go to the travel page. Yeah. But if you send, if anyone else hasn't noticed, you send your golems to an area, obviously, and if you look on the map itself, on the area, you'll see your golem sitting there just kind of hovering above the location. Neat little addition that Andrew made. I think it's fun.
A notepad here, actually.
Apparently the explosive crackers have some wrong descriptions from last year. I thought we corrected that. Do throw that into your notes there as well. Double check the explosive cracker description.
Who said that?
What, this first one or the second one?
Yeowan?
How do you
pronounce that? Gia?
Yeah, like
Ja?
Not Ja. Maybe Gia? Jaya?
Jaya.
Jin here.
Yeah.
J, right? Cool.
Beth says, no, I needed that Bristlewoods Rift cheese. Missed the boat. It's let's go double check the rewards.
There's still something. It's just not as it was just too crazy.
It was too much, yeah. We
Especially
had to
if you
tone
sent
that down.
all 3 there.
Probably Rift _ Bristle.
If you put golem rewards, yeah, there you go.
And golem rewards.
Let's take a
So
look.
the basic is Bree String, Anti-Skelly, and Sprockets. The valuable are the Scramblers. Actually, yeah, I think I really upped the Scramblers as well to help you find the doors. Ancient Cheese, Ancient String, Potion, Runic Cheese, Potion.
So even a rarity?
Yeah, the rare. Yeah, first argument's rarity.
Then what's... Oh, then you didn't
And
put a
that's
min in
quantity.
max. It's always... Okay.
Yeah, you always get the same amount.
So there's like a chance to get either the cheese itself or the potion for both runic and ancient, and a good hefty amount of it. But generally, you get the scramblers there on the valuable slot.
I think up the runes slightly as well. They were a little too rare maybe last year, so there's a little higher chance to get runes. Temporal fusion charms as well. No, what are they actually called? Time split charms.
Oh, the name of the file itself is different.
The Rift Ultimate Luck, Ultimate Power, and Ultimate Lucky Power charms as well. Those are in the hat slot. The hat slot also has a higher chance of
You hit
runes.
these here, you get a good portion of potions. That's not bad.
Yep, 15 potions when they do bring them back.
Let's double check that's the order of it. Rarity first. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so it's good little handful still, just not as crazy as last year.
Yeah, William saying, or I guess Jason was asking, cheese or potions, the difference matters. There's both. You're more likely to get potions than cheese. And then William says, I think progress for golems is too slow. It was the same as last year. We didn't want to touch the balance too much from last year because there's a lot of moving parts in the golems of how fast they return, how fast you get parts, how fast you get the reinforced shards to upgrade the golems, and how many crackers they bring back. Like there was a lot of complexity in balancing that. So actually, we didn't touch any of that. The only thing we tweaked was we increased the drop rate of cheese slightly. Yeah, but other than that, golem parts are pretty well the same. Yeah, the shards and everything else as well.
We really just added the areas, the cheese obviously itself, and then the new layer of content with the decorations and the cool trap that you can configure yourself. But in terms of the original gameplay from last year, it was pretty well untouched.
Yeah.
And it was nice. Obviously, the icebergs cost more crackers to blow up, but then when you reset, that curve resets as well, and at that point your golems are higher level, so you'll bust through those first few layers much faster, almost like per golem return you'll be able to get through the first 3 or 4 no problem. So that'll speed things up nicely as you go.
That starts to get rewarding after you catch the boss, and then
exactly.
You can hit it a couple times.
Yeah, it's fun.
Dark Master says somehow this event feels.
No, but when I did that, it popped down
the scrolling's weird. You gotta be careful not to scroll. It's way stop. Okay. That's good. Somehow I feel this event is a bit expensive and harder to grind for free-to-play and newbies. I think it might be a little bit in that it just starts a bit slow, and as you level up your golems, but it definitely is important to make sure you get a good start, I guess, to make sure your golems get to a decent level, and then you have a week or two to really get them going out, bringing crackers back, and make sure you get the Ice Sculptor 10 times. But a lot of players were able to get more than 10 Naughty Nougat Mice last year, so I think it's
and like
very
you said,
obtainable.
the Pecan Pecorino drop rate is higher this year too. We were able to up that a bit.
Yeah, it's up a little bit more every day. You'll get a few more pieces than you did last year. Do we have 5 different golem trap for 5 module, or is it only a coffin with a different symbol on it?
It's a single trap, and you equip one of the modules onto it, and then that little symbol will change. So you don't switch between traps, you switch between these skin modules, and then they alter the power type and then all the stats, and each of them kind of store their own charge levels individually. So as you switch between them, they'll remember their previous charge, but obviously as you hunt with one, the rest of them will decrease slowly. So you kind of got to pick which 1 or 2 you want to balance the power levels between.
And the art, I think, asking specifically about the art, it will change, but only when it's fully charged.
Yes.
So the power type icon's different.
As you go.
But the power bar goes up, but you don't, and the golem's changing a bit.
The little symbol, it's the same for all of them, but you still see it as an indicator of the power.
Yeah.
But then, yes, the actual art, the final art is when they're fully charged, so you won't see them until you do each one.
Yep. Chip asks, is it possible to acquire all the trap skins? Yes, you'll need all the decorations, so you'll have to capture the Ice Sculptor mouse 4 times to unlock all the decorations, and then just make sure you pay attention to how many of the sugar cookies you get. When you hang a decoration on the HUD, the mice, it attracts different mice. They drop sugar cookies of a similar theme. So just make sure you don't leave the same decoration up the whole time.
Too long, yeah.
Make sure you're paying attention to the resources there to
balance it out.
Should certainly be possible.
Yeah.
Brian says last year magical hats cost 1 boss loot each in the general store. Now it costs 3. It was a little too low last year. There was toward the end of the event there was a lot of magical hats coming out, probably a little bit too quick. So just raise that a little bit. Was just kind of a balance tweak.
Okay, so the description issue with the cracker says we need X more crackers to break through the blank layer. That was, if you're talking about on the HUD itself where the icebergs are, there was a typo there, and we fixed it. You may have to do a little cache clear to show the right amount. Does it say layer right in here?
Yeah, it says candy layers.
Oh, it says, okay, so it should be icebergs.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay,
we'll change that over to icebergs.
Yeah. But no, but then they mentioned we need X more crackers, like the actual, the HUD did say at first you need 4 more to break through the candy layer, and it should say candy iceberg. And that was fixed.
Okay,
but then that might be cached, so just something to look into there.
Yeah, darn wrong is in and says that there was a ticker up with no feedback Friday. Had a little bit of change of plans. We ended up having time to pop on here, so kind of having a quick little impromptu feedback Friday. Nightwind asks, have we reached consistency now? Does it now make sense to prepare in advance for next year at the end of this year? Not sure. I mean, the golems were so well received by players, and we asked, I guess it was a few months ago now, if they'd like to see the golems return, and there's a lot of positive feedback. So that's, I don't know, that's a decision. I guess we'll discuss it after the Great Winter Hunt, and then probably before next year's Great Winter Hunt as well.
Yeah, and like with Halloween, we did that the maze for a few years, and then we changed that up, and I think people liked the cannonballs and the ships a little better, so we kept that around. With Winter Hunt, we like to kind of shake it up and be a little more unique, but this one seemed to mesh really well with everyone, so we wanted to repeat it as well. It's
been beneficial. It's given us more time to work on other sort of permanent areas in the game. The art team's been able to push ahead now further on Queso Geyser and expansion to Queso Canyon as well.
That's one thing too that everyone, when the event season comes up, everyone knows what to expect, but it's nice to have more time to work on either other permanent content or even sort of like quality of life improvements. Things like having time to do a database upgrade, which we did a few months ago. So if we can do that and everyone finds a nice balance between all the event types that we do, then it might, I would prefer that personally, because then we can do a lot more like interesting permanent stuff.
Yeah. Lou Marcus asks, if we accidentally change the golem skin, does its power decrease immediately? No, it'll slowly happen over time. So every hunt you take, the other skins get weaker, and the one you have armed gets stronger.
That was the original design where like the moment you switch, it kind of reset, but like, there's no reason to punish them like that and have it instead as you hunt and charge up another one, the other one decreases at an equal rate. So if you switch back right away, you have it where you left it off, kind of thing.
Yeah. Evan Lee asks, or says, the decoration mice have insanely low attraction rate. It should be about 50% of the time you get one of the decoration-themed mice. So they get added to the stack of mice in equal sort of rarity of the non-decoration-themed mice. So about half the time you'll come across one of those while using Pecan and you have a decoration armed. Samuel says, happy holidays, lads. Back at you. Thank you.
Lads.
Jerry says, the hats are harder to get now. They were a little too easy last year, so we did kind of tweak the balance and need 3 ice picks instead of last year you needed 1 nougat.
I think that now we've addressed that one, about the charge. Passing parcel, I think we've had that out for a couple of years now. It was kind of awkward to sort of like make interesting, and at one point I remember having myself hundreds of them, and I was like just passing them back and forth between one other person, just trying to break them down at that point. What are you looking for there, Dave?
I was just looking at the gifts.
Oh, the list. Yeah.
So some other players asked about collectibles, and they'll rotate in as gifts of the day throughout the event as well. Because similarly, we've had feedback there was too many collectibles showing up as the gifts, so we kind of coded it and made sure that the collectibles show up every Tuesday and Saturday on the Narnia calendar.
And the rest of the days, are kind of an interesting, different variation of loot.
Yep. Every Friday there will be winter charms as well. So if you want winter charms, make sure you send and claim your gifts on a Friday. That'll show up every time.
That'll be a nice day right there.
Yep, there's a surprise on the 25th.
Surprise on the 27th.
Surprise on the 27th.
So even after the Advent calendar ends, there's more surprises. So make sure you're around. If you can get near the app, near the horn, send your friends gifts on those days.
KDM asks, why did the Hydro Golem Guardian only get 28 luck? It was just kind of selected to be the lowest stat of the skins, and it doesn't quite beat the School of Sharks. So
yeah, and it comes with the trap. Like, it's the first, like, the skin is kind of free, so it's still pretty nice, but yeah, not as good as some of the other in-game traps.
Justin set up an army of dancing rabbits.
Nice.
It's nice. William asks, does Super Brie raise the pecan drop rate? Yes, by about 0.2 pieces per hunt, if I remember correctly, or 0.15, I think.
5 hunts with Super Brie gets you 1 more, whereas 5 hunts with Gouda doesn't.
So every hour you get 1 more piece on average if you use Super Brie than Gouda. Nanko says, thanks for answering. My pleasure.
No, thanks for answering, Dave.
Thanks for answering, Dave.
Actually, I'm curious. The map stuff there. If you have the 3 of them in the same area, are they kind of offset from each other? And you
I don't
see
know.
them all. I'd even check.
I haven't sent golems to the same area yet. That'd be neat to try.
Going all queso, tripling up.
CK Chang asks, does pecan cheese increase chance of Architect and the Snowflake Mouse? No, it should remain consistently the same. So when you arm a Let It Snow charm, I think it's about 15-16% chance to get the Architect. No matter what type of cheese you're using.
And then you need the winter charm for the Snowflake Mouse.
Yeah. And I thought...
oh yeah, actually, look at the way it hits the wall, and then it drops. There's a divider here. It's kind of like this sticking out, so it creates a sharp shadow. Yeah,
it's a nice illusion.
Hey, Dave, I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, my hands disappear.
Ranja in the chat there said, looks like you're on a split screen. And yeah, it does. It does look like...
Because we're not like... And then if you cross over, then it... Yeah.
Oh, hey, why you take all my spell?
Oh, it's
like a pan effect.
Oh, yeah. Like, wait, do it again, Dave. I'm pushing the split screen over.
Oh!
Good.
William asks, does it matter if we put a hat on a level 1 or level 10 golem? No, you'll get the same effect no matter the level. They always bring back 3 more exceptional loot items, and they're even, usually the quality and quantity is amped up a little bit. As well in the hat slots, but there'll be similar things to the exceptional, but they might be a little bit better than exceptional. KDN says, I want my Forgotten Charms. Previous Feedback Friday asked if we want to make them tradable. Still open to doing that, maybe.
Someone says they use mainly glazed pecan. They wish they could send some of their regular pecan, which I guess they have an abundance of, to their teammates. We did make glazed pecan available in the marketplace and giveable to friends. We could do that for pecan original as well. Is there a reason we didn't?
Because... you can't farm it, so some maybe mischievous people doing other things.
Especially now with the new way you can sign up on the offsite with a brand new account, and maybe someone's gonna feed some. Yeah, so we want to avoid some unsavory actors from. So it does protect the rest of the sort of economy. Let's say the players as well in a way.
Vipin asks, Stuck Snowball a special one? You need the winter sports decoration hanging to attract the Stuck Snowball this year.
Aries asking about the Lucky Codex for next year, and that's one of the things that you'll expect in the coming weeks. Some sort of New Year's content and rewards coming up as well. By the way, Aries looks like I can't tell what that photo is. Aries sounds like a Greek name.
Yeah. Ivan says, I use cheddar. You might not want to use cheddar during the Great Winter Hunt. That might slow you down, failing to attract a little bit.
They dropped an XD into it, though, so I think
okay. Eileen has 2 golems on the Fiery Warpath, only 1 shows on the map. Okay, so that must be how it works.
Okay, so just stacked on 1.
Anthony says the attraction rate for the Architect seems about 10%. I think it's a little higher than that, if I recall correctly, anyway. Oh, I should not be opening this many pieces of software while streaming.
Just tank your machine.
We'll see if the fan starts turning on.
Good luck.
It's a big spreadsheet, too.
This is very big. You need this monitor.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, that's not even in the spreadsheet. I have to go in the code. But I think it's a little higher. I think it adds up with 20 or B. It's about 20 out of 120. Yeah, it should 16. Be around 16%.
Someone's like, wondering, like, where are we? Yeah, we're still scrolled up in the chat there, trying to catch
Scroll
up and
down.
answer as much as we can.
Ben asks what happened to team stockings. They weren't the most popular thing, so what we did was make it so teammates can also leave gifts under your tree, and hopefully avoid confusions too of your gifts being in more than one spot. Kind of just help streamline.
It was also a little weird that if you claimed, let's say your team had all sent you something in your stocking, and then on your profile tree you claimed your gifts from there, you would claim everything anyway, so we figured just let it all be in the one spot. And actually we didn't even have to make it so that teammates could send you gifts. It just already worked that way, so the team stockings just kind of seemed extra. It was neat to see the visual aspect, and you see how many of your teammates had the things dropped in them, but I think with some changes we were trying to make, it made it too unwieldy to kind of like update both code sets, so we just wanted to bring it all in one spot, keep it simple. What did Michelle say that made someone giggle? I missed it. Oh, how far up was that? Oh well.
Shinji says, first time participating in the Great Winter Hunt. Is exploding the iceberg only way to get reinforced ice shards? Yes.
Yeah.
But then as you upgrade your golems and they bring back more crackers, you'll be able to explode icebergs faster and faster and faster. So it starts a little slow, but then as you level up your golems, it really starts accelerating. Now it is kind of important, at the start of the event, make sure you get your golems to a decent level, I guess, because the fact that it starts slow, I suppose that does make it hard to kind of catch up. If you try to do the event, the last 2 weeks of it, it might be a little bit tricky that way. Vipin, while Dave called out my name, whoa. KDM, it's difficult to sustain my pecan. Definitely you'll have to sort of go back and forth a little bit between farming and farming cheese and farming golem parts. Make sure as you're upgrading your golem generators if you don't consistently have 3 golems going out at all times, you probably just want to upgrade the generators you're using the most often, and that'll help kind of with your overall event progression.
So some are saying that stats are showing that it's lower than 16% based on 3,000 hunts kind of collected. But that also might be, keep in mind that it has to be Let It Snow. But yeah, we can take another look to double check
everything. Ryan just done some donating to support you guys. Well, thanks for supporting the game. JJ, that argument doesn't hold for Ghastly, Galley, and Gouda, though. I don't think I have context there.
No, missed the context. They may have been literally replying to something you were saying, but keep in mind that when we were saying some stuff, and then it takes maybe 30 to 60 seconds to get to you, and then the chat it won't be as like direct, if that makes sense. So reference what
especially with our internet. I think I have the delay turned up a little bit, so it'll buffer.
Right, just in case it drops.
Ivan, when your setup is 40% attraction, Cheddar actually works at a reasonable rate. That is for sure. The ultimate attraction charms as well, that's a really good use for them, is that they will pretty well make sure you'll never fail to attract. So you can use
Cheddar into Super Brie. Yeah.
Echo went 10 hunts without looting any golden part. Feels bad, man. Well, eventually you'll be on the other side of the luck, where your poor luck will turn around and you'll get a few in a row. So there'll be some highs and some lows.
For sure. I mean, we were just talking this morning, and Lauren, one of the main artists here, she has like 16 golem heads, and then I have like 2 heads, but I have like 45 limbs, so I'm going to have to start breaking them down, I guess. Yeah,
remember to recycle them, especially if you have no golems going and you're sitting on, 18 limbs and 10 torsos, 0 heads. Definitely smash a couple, get ahead, and at least keep 1 golem going when you can.
And because you need fewer heads and torsos per golem, they're worth a little more of the animated snow so that they can be spread around if you have extras.
Oh, darn wrong. Snow golem attraction rate is around 10. Well, we'll double check it. It should be slightly higher than 10, I think, though.
Yeah, for sure.
KDM wants to plan for 2019, Year of the Nobles 3. We'll see. GNA rocks the world, says minimum luck, or asks minimum luck to guarantee a catch. I don't know off the top of my head.
Oh, for all the mice. Yeah, you'd have to kind of work that out. Though, KDM mentioning the number 3, there's a special, that number is special to us right now, the 3.
Yeah.
The number 3. Regarding what he mentioned, Year of the Nobles, 3.
Oh,
TYP. There you go, the TYP.
Yeah, we'll see there.
We'll see, yeah. We need to formalize that on our end. But yeah, if you recall that there was the Year of the Nobles thing, and we have a little sort of something like that internally that we're kind of referring to, but we're still formalizing it. Maybe we'll We'll mention it when it's a little more
Yeah.
kind of in stone, let's say. What you're looking for. Turn started. Oh, and yeah. So let it snow down here. Oh, this guy here. If it's,
Yeah.
So for sure,
decoration. Yeah.
you can check to see if the rarity is that 120, and then it would work out. But that looks like that's what you went for there.
Yeah, it might be. I think actually, what is it out of 118? It might be. Gotta do some math. Plus 20, so it'd be 20 out of 138 actually.
Oh, 138. So
yeah.
14.49.
Yes, it should be a little higher.
Higher than 10 at least. Yeah. We'll double check that.
And when you hang a decoration, we double its encounter rate to compensate for adding twice the number of mice to the encounter pool. So it's just remain consistent.
But I remember you saying that the decoration, the rarity goes to 240, but is it actually 2 times 138? So that might be a little off too.
Maybe. Yeah.
Double check all that. Oops. Cool. Yeah, so we'll take a look at the Snow Golem Architect, see what's going on there. According to the data, the percent, but not the devs. The devs have a different idea. Someone asking if using Pecan Pecorino more likely to attract architects. You do need to let it snow charm to bring that mouse around.
Yeah. I don't think the bait. Well, we're right there in the code there.
The bait doesn't have an effect.
Matters. No.
Yeah.
Or does it? Hold on. Boss,
yeah, let's double check ourselves. No, it's the same.
Toy strong. Yeah, same rarity.
Yeah.
Pecan and glazed. The only thing that modifies it is when you have a decoration, but that's a modification to keep it consistent. So
that's not supposed to be there.
That's the snowflake.
But why is that one?
Wait, architect.
We did this to replace that, but it's being added afterwards, so it override it. That could be what's causing some of the weird.
Oh, that might be causing some weirdness.
Because that should have been removed.
Wait, that's Winter Toy Strong. Okay, that makes
but then Snowman. Look, this one. Yeah, okay. You get what I'm saying? So that.
But this will overwrite it. So
okay, because it's after, that, right? Yeah. Okay.
But I think that line can be deleted. It's redundant.
We might as well. Yeah. Okay. So we'll see. We'll test if that's having an effect. But you're right that because that's afterwards, it should override it.
Yeah. As I found out with the Empowered Super Free.
Which is why the whole thing happened in the first place. Yeah. So that's true. It should be taken over.
Dale asks, when golems go out, does it always take 25 hunts to return? Yes, it does. You can use a bell to have it return instantly. But that's mostly useful if you start to have way too many golem parts. You can smash them into animated snow. You can buy summoning bells from the general store. I think they're 20 animated snow each, if I remember correctly. And so you can kind of you can never have too many parts. There's always a way to at least flush them out.
Ben Lal says, thank you for caging the elf. But there's another group of players that are like, no, where's the elf? Because they used to do this like elf catching competition every year. But now it's more interesting because it's rarer. So then if you have double digits of that this year, it's like
be careful though, because you have to hang the toys decoration to get the elf mouse to come out.
Don't over
collect that.
Too many cookies there. Yeah.
Well, make sure you spread out your cookies.
Franco's having triplets. If you mean Franco from The Office here, I don't think so. He does have 2 children now.
Yeah. Ryan asks, for decoration mice, do we need normal bait or pecan pecorino? You do need pecan pecorino. Yeah, so when you hang the decoration and you're using either pecan cheese, you'll get the decoration themed mice. The Joy Mouse, which comes around anytime you have glazed equipped, it will drop a decoration, a random decoration, and then plus 1 more decoration depending on how the HUD is decorated. So after you hang a decoration, the Joy Mouse is worth 2 sugar cookies. I was saying decorations, I meant sugar cookies.
Doesn't that mouse also drop sugar cookies on a rare chance, just whenever?
Yep, so you don't even need a decoration hanging, so your very first run through, you can start collecting cookies right off the bat.
And now what happens if you have a decoration equipped and you use a normal bait, as if you were to be farming Pecan Pecorino?
You won't attract any of the decoration-themed mice, and they drop the cookies, so you won't be getting cookies.
Right, but it won't be like a broken state where you can't catch any mice. You can still be decorated if you want to look pretty, and then farm for cheese and pick your favorite decoration while you're doing that. Just don't forget to switch it when you need cookies when you're using the Pecorino.
Yeah.
Michelle goes, don't be deleting code live on Friday, please. Fair enough. Yeah, right now, while we're broadcasting live, push it out, don't even check the servers. Yeah, we'll probably leave that in. It shouldn't be a problem. But we'll double check. If there is an actual issue with it, we'll need to fix it.
There was a t-shirt I liked where it was like on one of those, like a developer site, and it was like no deploy Fridays, and so I think some people would wear that to work on Fridays.
It's like, hey, remember? Yeah,
don't deploy on Friday. We're working on
point.
Saturday. Chin asks, is it actually possible to complete the event normally? Yeah, it should be. You definitely have to be a little bit active. But should be able to get all of the skins. The journal theme, I would leave that for last if you're a little bit nervous about if you're going to be able to obtain all the rewards, because the journal theme's not limited edition. It will come back next year, probably for Advent chocolates is a pretty safe assumption. So I would leave the journal theme for last if you're worried about getting all the rewards. Kitty M asked, when will the Feedback Friday theme be released? Yeah, we'll see. We'll need a creative way to put it in there.
Yeah, Jake put that together. It looks pretty neat, but yeah, some way to... Obviously, we want a lot of players to have it, but those, the people that are involved watching it, some way to interact in that level there, maybe, yeah.
Brian asks, any mega tournaments in the work? I know Franco put together a mega tournament rule set, so maybe Michelle, you can touch base with her, but she'll schedule one.
I got an idea. We tap into the YouTube API.
Yeah.
You authorize it on the MouseHunt side, and then if you've watched 100 hours of Feedback Friday, as it adds up over time, you unlock the theme.
You need 500 catches of Queen Quesada to get the Feedback Friday.
I'll get there, maybe.
Daniel asks, Parcel, where are them? I don't think they're available this year.
I think they were gone last year as well, yeah.
They might
be still, actually. People still might have some, and they can be bouncing around, but they've trickled away, basically. Just search for... Want to just search for parcel?
That'd be, well, that's one way. I mean, that's one way to do it.
Yeah,
I thought maybe they would show up.
Double check that's the name of the file. Command B. Parcel convertible. No,
parcel open. That'd be
open.
Oh, no.
Okay. It's one of these two, yeah. But again, you search parcel. The word parcel's in it, so yeah, it's not there. Parcel. Well, you're good.
Michelle says she scheduled megas for New Year. All right, all set.
Sweet, so that's it.
Is it better to arm winter charms with pecan or Super Brie winter cheese? It should be the same. We're gonna, triple check, make sure it's not off by a few percentages, but it should remain reasonably consistent the entire time. The Snowflake mouse has the same attraction rate regardless of cheese. Well, the Let It Snow or the Architect mouse is implemented nearly identically to how the Snowflake mouse works, just with a different charm.
As an interesting idea from CK Chang. Whoa, could we have friends' Facebook icons for future golem faces? So you can either choose a random face of a friend or a random snow golem face. Just have a pull from the avatars.
I'd be horrified.
Just it was just like a square. I guess we'd have to put a round thing around it to kind of mask it and see
I'll contact Stephen King and see if he can help us with that one.
Why Stephen?
It just sounds spooky.
It's normal.
And for my 17th book.
For my 17th book, this lamp attacks you. It's empty. No coffee.
Coffee next to my laptop.
It's empty.
It's empty.
Oops, one drop.
Excuse me.
Scheduled. Oh, yeah, all right. Well.
I hanged snow decoration, still can't attract the stuck snowball. Oh, did I close the spreadsheet? I'm trying to know.
I didn't tell you.
I closed the spreadsheet. I didn't close numbers, though.
I closed the spreadsheet,
but I did not close the numbers, though. Collecting cookies with the ornament, with the
snow golem, what?
With the skis, and with the snowman decoration. Those were what they were named before they were named.
Snow golem.
Stuck Snowball Reno is...
Snowball Reno. Why'd you look in the file itself?
If you don't have a Let It Snow charm or anything armed, it is 4.7%. Because I can see the percentage instead of just numbers.
Yeah, but it could be not even in the file, and then there's a problem.
In the file. In the file. Got some numbers going in the file.
Careful. Oops, get out of here, get out of here. Hey.
Touch my spreadsheet.
Don't touch my spreadsheet. Yeah, okay.
That's 11.
It's there.
Is it 11 in the spreadsheet?
11.
There's a lot of data entry with the Great Winter Hunt. It's obscene.
What? No. I didn't have to do any. Yeah, it's 10. It's 11, but then 10. What's the 10 part? Excuse me.
10 part?
What is going on here?
Who are you talking about?
Why is there 2?
Because one's glazed and one's regular.
Dave, one's glazed and
one's glazed.
Wait,
why is there 2?
Why is there 2? So wait, where's the regular here?
Next table.
Oh my goodness, this is a big spreadsheet.
It's a lot of spreadsheet.
All right, and then 10. Yeah. So it's there. 5% with regular and
4.7 with glaze
because then you get better mice. Yeah. So if you're going for stuck snowball catches, which is just a special mouse, use regular pecan. But if you want better cookie drops, use glaze because
it's also a difference of 0.3%. So
yeah.
I think it's pretty negligible, but because it doesn't drop cookies as much as the other mice, so you don't get it quite as much with.
So we're there, but at that 5%, unless you do 20 catches and you get a perfect average, you'll only see 1. So over time, you should see some stuck snowball showing up.
Gene rocks the world saying something about the mobile app here. Let me go check the interface. An Amazon order has shipped, apparently. Christmas gifts on the way.
Wow.
MouseHunt, mobile, hey.
MouseHunt, mobile, hey.
MouseHunt, mobile, that's wrong.
What's
okay,
wrong?
Cool.
What did it
Let
say?
me write that down as well.
What's it say?
And last year you got a journal theme scrap from a golem.
Is it just baked into the mobile
There's
app?
coffee all over the desk.
There's not coffee. Hold on, let's show them the coffee. Right there. There's a single.
Oh, I'm going to put my sleeve in it.
It's gone now.
Scones.
Scones.
Gone, baby, gone. The coffee spill is gone. All right, remove journal theme scrap from mobile.
You didn't even put a bullet point
upgrade
icon in front of the
interface.
How do I know there's a jot list of notes?
Because you're not.
Because I'm not.
Not dumb. I don't know. Yeah.
What? I'm not. Thanks, man. Oh, oops.
Now, how many degrees of text is that now?
Huh?
It's
there.
Alt. Is it Alt
No,
Shift 8?
here it's just Alt 8. It's when you're in a browser, like a word processor. Yeah. There you go. Now you can put them together like that.
I guess.
What's
dumb?
How? Hold on.
Oh,
Golem team scrap.
Going now.
Well, I can't. When you moving forward and back, and I get like a little ooh, like a little bit of heat.
Ooh.
But generally, yeah, you're getting all of it. You're getting the brunt. That's too loud. That's really loud for them. What are you doing, Dave?
Coffee.
Dave, that's really loud.
Coffee's wearing off.
Yeah, I need some coffee too. When I said you're getting the brunt of it, it made me think of Brunt, FCA, from Deep Space Nine.
Oh yeah.
he was the from the Ferengi the Money Council, and he came in to like audit Quark like every single month, and he's like, "Leave me alone." He was like, "Brunt, FCA."
Oh, yeah, he's like the assistant.
And he's like,
to the Grand
no.
Magus.
Yeah.
I'm the Grand Magus.
Quark. Anyway,
Okay, what's going on in the chat? Vaughn says, how to apply at HitGrab? Are you hiring? Well, actually, we are at the moment, but you'd have to be in the Toronto area.
Yeah, we want local, because coming to the office, and you need to be able to work on code together. It helps.
Yeah, but our last job posting was on Indeed.com. Was it?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. Oh, Indeed it was. Yeah.
Okay.
And that was for a junior game developer position. So, yeah, we're in the process right now of adding another to the fold.
Anthony says, I've been catching boss and he drops Ancient Relic, but I don't get any Ancient Relic with my Slayer Charm armed. Is that a glitch? Oh, I can look into that, because I think the Slayer, isn't it just a chance to add an extra relic?
I can't remember. You have to take a look. Ivan asks, how long FBF is going to run for? Like we said, we weren't going to do it today, and now it's longer than they normally are.
Well, I thought we had to leave by close to 11 or
by
slightly
2.
before.
I think we do need to be out there in a little bit, though, for some pre-festivity sort of announcements, I guess. Yeah, well, today is our company-wide holiday party, so we need to be...
What just happened here?
What are you doing over there, mister? You hit save.
I saved it as untitled.rtf.
Ha ha, noobs alert. Oh no.
Terry reading the Feedback Friday theme, small sketches of mice in progress, storyboard, vertical borders. Yeah, that might be neat.
Oh, okay.
Ryan says, next year can we have the toboggan race back, please? I missed the race down the slopes. That was a neat one as well. The golems definitely had great feedback as well.
It wouldn't work, though, that the vertical borders are this small. We'd have to resize the whole journal madness there. So, and then a bunch of other themes that don't have that would just be weird, so we have to figure it out. We can see if we can do it. Let's see. Dave.
I can't hear you. I don't have my glasses on.
Sorry, what?
Ben asks, did you guys ever think this crazy mouse catching game would last so long into your careers? Do you ever think about working on other games? Yeah, definitely not. None of us, I can remember the original thought was that Hero would be the last title, and whoever was in first place would be called the hero, and everyone kind of battled for
Keep
that.
fighting the hero spot.
We didn't think anyone, or a few people, would make it to the death bot. Then a little bit later, we thought the dragon mouse. Like, okay, this is the last thing in the game.
The boss is the
no one's
dragon.
gonna keep going.
And then the accolade was the boss of the dragon, so
Yeah.
he's the boss. Who's the boss?
Angelo.
Angelo. Yeah, it's crazy because we talk about it often too. We're programmers, but we're really like MouseHunt programmers at this point, and
Yeah.
it's become our lives really. Yeah, and it's what is this thing on your?
Yeah, danger for something.
Nice. Yeah, it's crazy. It's been a wild ride, and I'm happy to be on this trip with all of you and with you, Dave.
Thanks, Giorgio.
Thanks, Joe. Dude, I'm right here.
Oh, you're alive!
Oh.
You're alive!
Anytime you're like, thanks, man. Like, is he dead? No, I'm just pointing up, and then the signal goes around the world.
Yeah.
And
I'm cooking.
you're cooking. You can bring it on this side.
Hey, is it cold in here? No. Okay, incorrect.
Has he ever done that before? I know I have. Hold on, what's going on here? What's going on? Now, don't put your laptop on the coffee droplet, Dave. Dave's laptop on large amount of coffee. He's the dude from The Thing. I don't know what that is in context. Who's that guy? He's the dude from The Thing.
He's that guy.
Oh yeah, I'm on earphones, so maybe we got a couple little earphone attacks right there. Oh, the clap, the loud sudden clap, like what's happening? Sharp sounds. Sweet. Well, I think it's been a fine morning. Are you right over there?
Tired.
You just suddenly felt exhausted?
Caffeine's worn off.
Let's get some more caffeine. Look how small you are right now. Dave, you're like little boy. Look at little tall Dave. I crush you. Well, yeah, no feedback Friday this year, unless Dave, you're going to do that? Dave? No, please. I don't think, like last year and even the year before, I haven't done it. It's been a little hectic. It's hectic.
Oh, my back.
Yeah, you shouldn't lie like that on your back. Cool.
Time to wrap things up.
Time to wrap this up, I think.
Put a wrap in it.
Put a wrap in it. You mean
Put a wrap.
Put a bow on it?
Put a pin in it. Put a bow on it.
Put a bow on it.
Put a bow.
Because it's like presents and it makes sense.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, Hunters, on this impromptu Feedback Friday.
You're welcome.
Sorry for any confusion. Originally, like I said, we were not going to do a Feedback Friday.
It was just guessing numbers
The
already.
timing changed. Well, we didn't do a quar. Do you want
Well,
to
but
make up
the
a
fact
quar?
that we had like that wrap-up kind of language, like, oh, they must ask a question. 48, 29.
Okay. Today's quar is going to be, what is 50 minus 2?
That's,
okay.
oh, my goodness. I was going to say, well, they couldn't know this possibly, but they could guess. We can make it just weirdly. It's a little more esoteric. The winter aura that you get this year from golems can be stacked and extended to a degree where it stops.
We didn't put that in a news post or anything.
No, we didn't mention it. So last year, you would obtain the adventure, and then you just got the aura, and it stopped at the end of January. That was the kind of a little bonus. But now you can go beyond that, okay? Now, where do you think, it's a total guess, it's going to be a wild guess, but where do you think it would end? What the cutoff date will be?
When will the winter aura come to an end?
Yeah. There's a nice little clue for you. And if you get stuck, we can try to clue it up some more. But
I'm just testing this
enough.
quar.
Oh, making sure it's a thing.
Quar works correctly.
Very nice. Cool. So let's see. What do we got here? 5 hours. Nope, not 31 January. So that was what it was. What it would have been. Past February. April's too far. Not February 4th. Not April Fool's Day. Not November. March getting close. March 7's getting close.
More.
March 6. Oh, you fell back a bit. Okay, so I think we got
Spring
March
forward.
21. Someone said March 21. There it is. The equinox. Yeah, we actually looked it up. 2019, when the equinox begins, we went to the hour, the minute, and the second. So the aura can be extended right up until the very last second of winter, and then once spring hits, it's gone. It melts. We just thought it'd be fun. A little tongue-in-cheek sort of thing.
Quar link, do you want to do the honors of...
Here is the quar is here. Please click that link. It's quar. The quar is in the chat. Now Dave's typing it into the thing, and it's gonna go up on the screen.
Never do that again.
Too low for you there, Dave?
Never do that again.
Never do that. Never do that.
Never do that. Never do that.
No, make it
Never
bigger
do
so they see
that
the last
again.
part.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That's good enough. No, that's good. No, that's good. No, that's good.
You know what? Get out of here, glazy mouse. You good for nothing, glazy mouse. You're so glazy. Mouse.
Oh,
so
did I just call, someone failed a challenge because it sang? Oh, they're trying to go without any carols or something like that? Sorry. Gotcha.
And Larry and Ron's a sing, and Larry and Ron's a sing.
And Larry and Ron's a sing.
Not very well, though.
Well, cool.
All right, well, thanks for joining us on this special split screen effect Feedback Friday where you can break through the split.
Excuse me. Were you just leading in there for a second?
God, we have to go now.
You stared at my eyes and you kind of
have to go now.
lean forward a bit for us.
I don't know what this guy's talking about. Happy holiday hunting.
Bye.
I don't recall ever leaning in.
No, we're not. Anyway. Oh, wait, Dave. The mic's still on. Larry's secret gold code 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.